Okay everyone, so what we're working on today is a differential for a Redcat shredder. And this is the newer version, the version 2. I don't know if it's the same as the version 1, but this is your differential case. Pinion gear right here, the small gear, pinion bearings. There's a washer in here that is your pinion washer. Keeps the bearing and the pinion gear separated so that it doesn't wear each other out, and it also gives it a place to turn smoothly. You've got your differential, output cups, then of course the part I talk about online here a lot when I say spacing or putting spacers in your differential is inside of here. You have to remove these 4 screws. Okay, and you can also space this out right here by putting a shim in there, an extra shim. So by shims, these are your shims right here. These are the factory shims and the factory bearing that comes on the Redcat shredder. Where it goes is right there. That's where those shims sit. And then your bearing is pressed down on that collar there. And it's not really pressed on, but it is on there right, you know, it's on there tight. Okay, so this is a differential that I had that had some major problems. And what I mean by major problems is if you look really closely at these teeth, you can see that they're worn at an angle. And that is because there wasn't enough mesh. And what I mean by mesh is those gears in there are your spider gears. This is your main gear. They did not have enough mesh, which means they weren't in the groove deep enough, which caused it to slip, causing internal differential failure. So the way to solve that is you take the 4 screws off, pop your seal out of the way, and right here is a pin that goes in that hole right there. This gear sits like this on that pin straight over top of that shaft. And what I like to do is I got online on Redcat's website and I ordered these special washers. And these washers sit on that shaft. And then your pin goes in and your gear goes back on. And it holds the gear up away from the actual differential cup and the ring gear mount. And it pushes pressure into the gears, which keeps them from slipping. And it doesn't just do it on this side. When you push it down, it forces those 4 spider gears into the gear that is just like this on the other side. So basically what that does is it makes the mesh tighter. And how you want to do that is you want to put your shims in, clean all the fluid out, all of the fluid, every bit of it. Wash it out with carburetor cleaner or mineral spirits or whatever you can find that is, you know, a solvent-based material. And then you take these and you spin both ends in opposite directions like this. You hold this side and you spin it, and it's hard to do with one hand, but you can see, you get the gist. You hold it and you spin it, and you want to feel those gears kind of click. If they're not tight and you can't feel the click, click, click between each gear, that is the result, because these cars have a lot of power. Now, I also add differential fluid to these instead of just the grease they come with. So, the differential fluid that I use is 15K. I sometimes put 100K in the center differentials on some models. On this particular model, I am going to put 100K in my center differential on my shredder because the 500K is still not quite enough. The front tires are still ballooning a little bit too excessively in my opinion. I tried the 100, I tried the 500, which I don't have with me today, and I'm going to try the 1 million weight and see if that helps out. When you put thicker diff oil in, you need to automatically add an extra shim in your differential right out of the box because the pressure will push the gears apart. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, get a hold of me. Comment on my channel, or you can message me directly on YouTube, or whatever you'd like to do. Get a hold of me, and everybody, keep your RC hobby alive.